Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. This is Carolyn, and we're going to make our weekly swap, our mini swap embellishment tonight. The theme for this week is bear hugs, and so I'm going to do this cute little bear die cut. It's a girl and a boy. I'm only going to do one for the swap. I made the boy one because, you know me, I have all boy grandkids, so I needed the boy one, but I wanted to have fun making the girl one, so I'm making the girl one for the swap. So I think I have all of my pieces here. Hopefully I do. So we're just going to start putting it together. I inked everything except I see I didn't ink the muzzle, and I got to do that. It won't take but a second. And we're going to put one together. I think she's a little cutie. He's cute too, but the little girl is really cute. So let me ink this muzzle, and then we'll be ready to assemble. And this should go very quickly since I'm not inking or doing anything that it was a lot of inking on this. I'll just tell you, it was kind of brutal. So sorry, you just heard my grandson asking what his timer has left on his reading. So anyway, I did, it was brutal, and I did it not on camera. So there's still a couple of things to do here. All right, so I'm just going to start building these little shoes while I do the twist real quick. These little shoes, if you can see on her, they're like little tennis shoes, and they have this little sole and then the shoe. So you had to cut the shoe twice, and then you cut part of it away to make that sole. There wasn't a separate die cut for that, and that's how I figured out to do it. So that's how we're going to do it. And I haven't decided. I'm going to try it two different ways, and I'll show you. I'm going to try it with the dark blue sole, and then I'm going to try it like this one with the kind of cream colored sole, and we'll see how it goes. Tonight, the twist, we're having our vacation Bible school at our church this week. And it's Breaker Rock Beach is the theme of the Bible school, and it's about like the eastern seashore kind of thing. But and the songs are so fun. But the memory verse for this week is kind of a long one, but the kids are doing really well learning it. And it is Romans 12:2. And I actually think I've used this one before with just a little bit different twist about it, but it's Romans 2, and it says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God." This, let's see, I have to read that. So that you may discern what is the will of God and what is good and acceptable. So that is, that sounds simple. And then their motto for this week is God's truth never changes. And that's an awesome motto. But I thought, that just sounds so simple. But yet we try to alter it. We try to say, well, things are just different than they were when our grandparents or our great-grandparents were, our age. Or, the rules are just not the same as they were for the people that lived in Bible times as they are now. And, that's really not the truth. The Bible tells us that God's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And his law, his will, his ways never change. God is the one that sets the standards, not the world. And we try to let it be the other way around. And so if he's the standard setter and he never changes, then the standards are the same that they were for my parents or for Adam and Eve or for King David. And they're the same today. They're the same yesterday, the same tomorrow, and they were the same 100 years ago, and they'll be the same 100 years from now. And so we can't let the world tell us and dictate to us what sin is. God is the one that decides. Okay, there is the shoe with the dark blue sole. And here is the shoe with the light sole. So let's decide which one we want. Shoe number 1. I don't want to glue it on till we decide. Or shoe number 2. I wish you could tell me what you like, but I think I'm going to go with this because it really does make them look like a little tennis shoe. So I think I'm going to go with this. So let's go ahead and build her shoes. So really all we need to do here is, let me get tweezers. Get a little glue on this and glue it down. I think I need to ink this tiny little part right there so it'll show up. I know this is kind of some tedious stuff, but these little dies are, I think, cute, and they're fairly simple. You know, some of them get so complicated you can't hardly figure out the pieces, but this one is a good one. I definitely like it and will keep it and use it again. And I like that, and it came with both the little boy and the little girl. A lot of times you have to buy 2 different dies in order to get both things, but this one came that way. Okay, let's get our other shoe over here and ink the top of this where I had to cut it apart. Yes, we are having VBS this week, and it's so fun. I am in charge of snacks, and so the kids all love me because they love snack time. And I've got the same crew I've had for several years, and we've got it down to a fine art so that it's really easy and cleanup is easy, and we've got it down to an art. The kids are really doing well with their memory verses and everything. Okay, so there's that. I also need to, I inked these with the darker blue, but they also have some lines that need, like this little line and then the shoelaces. So I need to do those just with my little fine tip. My daughter got me these. It's been a couple of 3 years ago, 2 years ago maybe, for Christmas, and a lot of them are used up, but I sure do like them. Okay, so now let's get that little muzzle out of the way. Let's go ahead and put her shoes on. And you don't have, I mean, this is kind of a weird order. Normally I start at the top and work down, but I decided to go ahead and get her little shoes fixed. So let's get her shoes on. I kind of like to overlap them just a little. So let's try that. And I just inked everywhere that it was either embossed or these are actually cut so you could get to them to ink. There, that looks cute. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's start on this top part and get this put together. These are her little shoulders and arms. And so we've got to put her little shirt on there. Like I said, there was a lot of really, really tedious inking on this, but it looks so much better to ink it. Okay, there's her, and you can see I did, it's all scraps, so it's definitely, they're different. They are not the same. Okay, now let's put her little dress on. I think she's so cute. I'm going to go over these little, I've got to put the buttons on those. These are like the little buttons. on her little pocket. Okay, now here's her little head, and we're going to go ahead and put her muzzle on. Her muzzle kind of goes right down here at the bottom. Just like that. And then we don't need those. We can put her eyes on. Her eyes just go right above the muzzle. And then her little nose. There's her little nose. Give those just a second to dry, and then I'll, whoa, I kind of smeared that. Thank goodness I'm using Nuvo, and it'll dry clear. Okay, so there we've got that, and I'm going to give these just a second to dry, and then I'll give her some little eyelashes. Okay, there's that. Don't need those. All right, my little fine Pilot pen is out. I have got to get another one. There's enough that I can do eyelashes, but that's about it. I tried to journal with it yesterday, and it was like, no. Okay, there's some little eyelashes. Let's give her just a little eyebrow. Okay. Now we can put her, oh, I want to outline in brown these little embossed places around her ears. Okay. Now I think her head is ready to put on. And she is starting to come together. Okay. Then we're going to put her little bow up here in her hair. And she just gets cuter and cuter. Now, she also has a little flower. Let's see if I can do this, that she has in her hand, and then his goes here on his little pants. Haven't put his on yet. Haven't put her shoes on yet. So this one just goes in her little hand across there. And then I punched these with a punch that was in there that was like her eyes and everything. But then I decided that I would just use my my pops of color, and that's what I did on this one. So I'm going to use pops of color to put the flowers, and I'm going to put a little center in her bow. And then give us some little flowers. There we go. And then those will dry and we'll be good. I put a little paw on these two. They're really his paw because I just kind of didn't feel like this arm looked right. And so I think I'm going to do that on her too. I just felt like that just didn't look complete out there. And so I used one of his little paws. It doesn't show it in the picture of her having this paw, but I just liked it better, so I put it on there. And I'm the one that made it, so I guess I can. Anyway, that's our little girl. I'll give you some close-ups of these, but I think they turned out cute. I do have to put her shoes on there, and I have another one to make for the swap, and then I'm going to keep the little boy Let's see if I can get these a little better in our view. But I like them. I like them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And I hope you have a blessed day, and above all, be a blessing to someone else. Thank you. See you later.